Hello everyone and welcome to this very special bonus episode of the Filmocity podcast. I'm Freddie.
I'm Shaden.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Anna.
And today we have a very, very special guest in the building.
Wow.
James Mātāmua.
Yo.
James is one of the stars and probably like the breakout performance of the brand new New Zealand film Savage. And yeah, we're all super grateful that you wanted to come on and chat with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Cool.
I hope Shaden didn't press you too much into it.
No, we were gonna hang out anyway.
He's actually got a little thing on his ankle where he can't leave Shaden's house.
Yeah. Every time he does, he just gets 10 faults.
Yeah, he told me if I want to see my family again, I have to come into
The
this.
Russian hit squad has been deployed.
We went and saw the film last week and we all really, really liked it.
You're not
Loved
just
it.
saying
We
that
really
because I'm in
liked-
front of you.
Not just
No.
saying it,
Are
just
you?
like...
It was actually
We really
fucking
like our
shit.
pets ourselves.
Yes,
No.
we sort of wanted to chat with you a little bit about sort of your experience.
You seem really hyped for someone who gave it the lowest rating.
I gave it a 6.5.
It's better than a 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what New
Yeah.
Mutants got.
You,
Okay, anyway.
So anyway,
Anyways, so yeah, man, could you just like sort of tell us how you got involved with the movie? Like, how did you get the role of young Danny?
Yeah, so it was all just a bit of luck, really. Because my main sport's boxing. And then one night after training, the director, Sam Kelly, came into the boxing gym. And he was just like, oh, can you guys audition? And then 4 of us were like, oh yeah, we'll do it. So we had the first audition that was at the gym. Only for me, they went really well because I was the only one out of the 4 that got a callback. And then,
That's a good sign.
but the original audition was for this character called Eli, and then Eli wasn't even in the film. And then when I went in for the callback, it was for Danny. Ended up getting the lead role, yeah, but playing him as a teenager.
Pretty sweet. And had you done any acting before that? Or?
Just like primary school and like intermediate production.
Mhm.
Like year 9 and 10 drama at St. Pat's, so it's high school, but it's all just kind of like social for fun, you know?
Oh yeah?
Nothing serious.
it's
Yeah.
quite a jump because that's quite
Yeah.
a serious role. We saw you just before we saw the film, and I was like, oh, looks like a nice guy, and I saw your fucking character, and I didn't want to be his friend.
But in saying that, I'd just say like, I guess my approach to the whole thing was just to be confident and just take direction. You know, I look at acting like anyone can do it, and pretty much your whole life you're acting without realizing you're acting, you know? Like, you know, when you're a little kid, if you want something from your parents, you'll act
Oh,
out and have a
yeah.
tantrum, you know,
Yeah.
just like stuff like that. And then, so that's kind of like my approach.
Because they just came into your gym and were like, hey, do you want to audition? So what sort of made you be like, yeah, like why not? Like, had you always sort of wanted to do this as a career?
I wouldn't say like I've always wanted to be an actor, but then I've always liked the idea of, you know, being famous or
Yeah.
having like clout, or you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that's like everyone, you know, everyone would like to be famous so they can go to all these events and have this flash kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then, but never to the extent that I'd go study film or acting, theatre. So yeah. But then with the gym though, I heard 2 things. One of the reasons why he came in was because of the whole like Rocky cliche. So like, in the film Rocky, you know, he's boxing because he's got a rough life and he wants to be a good champ. You know, started from the bottom, now we're here, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then I'd also heard that he was looking for little Danny, and he felt like kids who box are a lot more mature. But
I
then
can see that.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because of like the
Discipline and
that
stuff,
time.
yeah. So I heard those are kind of the reasons why he came into the gym. But he went to a few boxing gyms in Wellington. I know he went to like at least 4 or 5.
Mm. How long was the process between sort of getting cast and when you started filming? Was it like sort of right away or?
First audition was in late March, and then the callback was in June.
Mm.
And then
This year?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 2 years
Fucking hell,
ago.
that was a while ago.
And then filming started in August
Of last year?
2018 as well.
Wow. Oh, 2018,
Yeah, and then we
wow.
finished filming in October, November of 2018. So yeah, that's like an 18-month post-production in a sense. But when we were filming the whole time, they were talking about going to Toronto Film Festival.
Mm.
But then the director really wanted to make sure that the film was perfect, since it was
Yeah.
like his first film and he wrote it. So then that made post-production a little bit longer than it should have been. But then they decided to release a film on a certain date, and then they'd change it, and then they changed it again.
Yeah.
And then Corona happened. So I think originally it was April 23rd. So we went to Busan in London, those two film festivals. Those were in October.
Yeah.
But then usually as well, once a film goes to the film festival, you'll release pretty much straight after.
Yeah.
But then I think the distributor was like, I think Savage is more like a winter film, so we'll wait till April. And then because of Corona.
True.
Became a spring film.
Yeah, became a spring film. Yeah, that's it.
How was your relationship with the director Sam Kelly, and how do you think that you guys worked together?
Well, I'd say now we're really good mates, and even during the whole process, like good mates. Sam is a director, and his directing style was so if there was like a sad scene coming up in the film, he'd be like, okay, what's some sad stuff that's happened in your life? And then I'd tell him, and he'd be like, oh, nah, oh yeah, that one's good. And then he'd be like, I want you to think about that when you say those lines, and then think of your emotions and that same face you had, 5 years ago. Then when you say it on camera, like through that, like kind of built like a tight kind of bond, because I'm telling him all of my personal, like personal business,
Yeah, and he probably didn't realise that he was doing it either.
But Sam as well, he's an awesome guy. Like I had a fight in July, and then told him about it, and then he came through and watched it.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we're tight now. That like his writing and everything, like he's a genius, but to me, he's just like hardworking. He had a goal, and he said that it took him 10 years. That's also, it's pretty much like 12 now. But when we were filming, he was saying, it's taken me 10 years to get here.
Yeah, that was all script writing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's pretty amazing. You made it.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioning something about his career in general. You said he won like an outrageous amount of 48-hour film festivals in a row or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won 5 in a row.
Consecutively.
Yeah.
That's insane. We didn't even make it through the first round, so
Yeah.
that tells you a lot about us. So I mean, obviously extremely talented director, and then the film definitely shows his style, and it's like what he wants to do. Like it has his voice written all over it. After watching Lambs, and then you go watch that, and it's like he's obviously extremely connected to this topic, and you can see, and he cares about it a lot, obviously. So yeah, it's really good to see a movie that the director is really connected to.
Yeah.
Because you can feel it, like the emotion like flows through the whole thing. So.
Yeah, I have a question about that. Just because you say like just how connected he was to this film, like how long he's been working on the script and all that. Sort of when you were on set, was he really like you have to say exactly the words that are on the page, or were you like allowed to like improvise a little bit or sort of like change a word here or there? Or was he like really precious with his writing?
Yeah, 99% precious.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough after
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
So
You swap those words around. Do it again.
like yeah, for like what was the actual scenes, it was all pretty much what was on the paper. But then there was some scenes where he would come up to us and be like, oh, it's more kind of like ad lib, and you guys, it's not like a key plot to the film. So like there was this one scene, and then in the film it just ended up having music over it. One of the guys in the Satan's Horde, he's like cooking sausages.
Oh yeah, the sausage sizzle.
Yeah. So then he was like
Bunnies.
to us to, okay, I want you guys to come up with a conversation. And then this was like a week before we filmed.
Yeah.
So then me and the bro Mario, and then so we came up with the idea of like talking about the All Blacks back in 1972.
Oh, sick.
And then there was a guy back in the day, and they were over in Wales, and then after the game they were on the piss, and then he knocked a bouncer out, and then because of that he got sent home. But then he never came back to New Zealand. He went to the outback in Australia, and then no one ever saw him again, really. Yeah.
I wish they put that in. That's
So
so,
then-
interesting.
We're talking about that. We're like, oh, did you hear about that All Black? Like, he got in that fight and now he's gone bush. And then that was our little like ad lib kind of stuff.
You heard it here first.
So
So you see you guys mouthing something on screen, but there's just this music over the top, but we'll know you're talking about All Blacks.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a Filmocity exclusive.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
reckon-
us.
How big was the crew?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How big was the
Um,
crew? Like, if we're talking like on just, you know, like say that scene, the big fight scene when you've got blood dripping down your head and you just hit your brother over the head with a plank.
Fucking
Spoilers.
intense, by the way.
How
Fucking
many?
intense.
How much crew was there versus actors? Many. How many?
Always more crew.
Yeah.
Always
Oh,
for
100%.
Savage. Yeah, there was always more crew than actors. There weren't a lot of extras in Savage. Yeah, there's like one of the reviews that talks about like every extra feels like a character.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
yeah. But because always on set at all times, you know, apart from like grip and sound and like camera and stuff, you know, you still got your hair and makeup, costume, the chick that like makes sure the continuity is there.
Continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
And his favourite job.
At least like 30 plus.
Oh, okay.
Like our crew.
So Matamua as well wasn't too bad then. Yeah.
30 plus crew and actors, or 30 plus?
Oh, and yeah, including actors, maybe like at least 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Least.
intense though.
I was
Yeah.
picturing maybe like
Even more.
20 people on set.
Oh, no way.
50. That's crazy.
I know. I
Yeah.
thought it would be roughly the size of our,
Jacob
like,
didn't
film
go to
crew.
film school.
Yeah.
But actually, on that note, this is kind of like your film school then, right? Because you didn't. I'm guessing you didn't know too much about it before you went into it,
No,
and then you got there and
no
you
idea.
started picking up everything.
Yeah,
How
so
was that?
like hitting marks and just knowing where the camera is and all that kind of
I'm
stuff.
really proud
But-
you know what continuity is.
Yeah, yeah.
Because some people don't. Even some filmmakers don't.
No, yeah, well the
And is very passionate about continuity.
the person who was doing that, yeah, she was pretty amazing at it. Like sometimes I'd film a scene and I'd have to turn around, and the first time I'd turn left, and then the next time I'd turn right, and I'd be like, wait, I just turned right, didn't I? And she'd be like, yeah. Next one turn left, keep turning left, whatever you went with first.
Yeah. You turned right and you also stepped slightly to the left.
Yeah,
Did you?
just for people who don't know what we're talking about, this like
You can cut that out.
continuity means that because when you shoot something, you do it from different angles. So you have to do it a lot of times, and having a person on set to keep track of what you're doing, so you do it the same way every time.
Making
and so-
sure that if someone takes a sip from the cup and the next take, the cup is still the same.
Yeah, and that you
amount.
take the sip with the same hand. And
Yeah,
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
and
That's
making
what
sure there's no
continuity
Starbucks cups in the fucking 15th century.
Yeah, and then so when they get to post production, it's easy to
Yeah.
put it all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Unless you just
Because
fix
the
it
editors
in
will
post.
come for you.
Fix it in post.
How many takes did you do with that shot where the camera spun around you guys and you got your patch given to you?
That was
That was my favourite
his
scene.
favourite.
I was like on the edge of my seat, like
He
this
was,
is
he was
so good.
frothing.
Yeah.
Oh, there was because I put the Savage patch on twice, and then one of the times I had to do it quite a bit because I'd put it on, but I'd put it on too slow or not cleanly
Yeah,
enough,
yeah.
and then sometimes like the collar would look real weird.
So quite a few
Oh no,
times.
actually, yeah, because I think at the end when I get it back, I think we only did it maybe like 4 or 5 times, with me as the focal point, or because then sometimes because I have it on my face and then on Moses's face. Yeah, but
Yeah.
then the first time when I get the patch, yeah, I stuff that one up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like putting it on and making
Yeah,
it look.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got to
It's
be
gotta
clean,
be-
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
clean,
it
yeah.
looked really good in the final few shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Did he kind of give you the script and let you loose, or did he kind of
Yeah, he gave us.
just the first take coming on the rehearsal?
No, rehearsal with him was more about just hitting our marks.
Yeah,
And then, like, it was half the time in rehearsal. Yeah, every time in rehearsal, all of us would crack up.
yeah,
But then as soon as the camera was rolling,
yeah,
we were all on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Frederick wasn't allowed to laugh in our rehearsals. I'd beat him with a stick or something.
So yeah, like,
We had so many bloopers. And
the scene when I've just smashed my brother over with the plank and
Yes.
I walk back and I go to Josh and I get in his face, and that's the guy that like calls me a snitch and stuff. Like, we rehearsed that maybe 5 times, and every time I was in his face,
Yeah.
I would have to look down like that. But then and we'd both crack up. Actually, when we filmed the first, when I went to the gang pad of the Satan Tord, and then the character's name is Goat. He comes out and he's like, "Fuck the Savages." The first time we filmed with the camera behind me and on him, I'm looking at him and I've got this big huge smirk on my face, but then they can't see that.
Yeah.
And then because I'm smirking, he starts smirking, and then when it's cut, Sam comes in and he's like, "No, man, like, what's the smile, man? Like, you gotta be serious. You know, you're staunching this guy out.
Yeah.
You know."
Yeah.
So
Why
you-
were you smiling? Was
You're trying to
it
throw him off.
anything in particular?
Yeah,
Or?
I was gonna say, like, I mean, you guys, especially like that group, you guys had a lot of scenes together. Did you become quite good mates, and was that
Yeah,
something that
we all
definitely set you off with
Brothers,
laughter?
yeah,
Mm.
all became really, really good mates.
Yeah.
That's why we can't work as a crew, because we just get the fucking giggles
Yep.
all the time.
I gotta start fresh. Sorry. No continuity for you.
If it was the other way around, and the camera was on me and he smirked, every time I'd still be still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wouldn't crack.
You just saying that.
But
Yeah.
then no, honestly. But then when the camera
This is job interview with me.
was the other way, yeah. So, but even also like when the camera was like that, and I'm saying lines and the other person's saying lines, only when the camera was on our face, that's when we had to say our lines properly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like if the camera was on you, Shaden, and you're saying the lines, and the line was like, "Hey Shaden," I could just be like, "Hey Shaden."
Yeah,
Like,
you don't
I just have to
it.
say it, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't have to act it.
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah.
say it as if you're acting. You
Yeah.
just- yeah. What was your best day on set? And I want to ask a separate question as well. What was your funniest moment on set?
I would say my favourite moment on set was filming when we're on the motorbike. So
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
scene we're going to the beach. When we filmed that though, like in the film, it's just me sitting on the back. But then there were scenes of me like standing up and having my hands in the air and
Oh yeah. Standing up on the back of the bike.
Cool.
yes,
Oh,
on the
sick.
back of the bike. And at first I like try it, and this was when the bike was still. And then I kind of like tripped and then fell back. Yeah, like okay, no, we're not doing that. But then I was like, oh no, I can do it. And, yeah,
Health
did
and
it.
safety is just
Yeah.
like.
You guys weren't wearing. You obviously weren't wearing helmets either.
No.
When you-
No.
But
Shit.
the bike was on like a trailer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought
So if
So
you
then
fell
it's
off, you would
more-
kind of fall into like a
more
crash pad,
stable.
or was it like a
Oh no,
ride?
if I fell off,
You fell
I
off.
got ran over by the bikes behind me.
Yeah, I was
But,
gonna say there were shots where you were on the bikes and stuff. Like
Yeah.
no, like,
yeah, they were. That's what we're talking about.
I'm
Oh, like when I'm riding in that little car park.
Yeah.
in the
yeah.
park.
I was gonna say, did you know how to ride a bike, or was it actually giving you? was it
No,
actually
we got
giving you
lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never ridden a motorbike before.
Was it fun?
There's only 3 of us that actually got lessons, and then I definitely struggled the most.
Yeah.
I always found, well, I find, and anyone will say this, is that like speed is everything.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when you hit a corner, it's so much easier when you've got speed behind you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Than when you're learning
Get
in this like
wobbles.
little car park
Yeah.
and you're going so slow, and then every time I'd turn, I'd feel like I was just gonna fall over.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I just had a question, because there's 3 people playing that in this film, and I was just wondering, did you guys sort of like meet before you started shooting and sort of hang out, or anything, or sort of like talk about how you were gonna play him? Because I felt like there was a really like nice through line of how you guys all played the role.
Well, I hung out with Big Damage or Big Danny
Yeah.
Damage a lot.
Ooh.
We were pretty
Big
tight.
damage.
He
Yeah.
liked my message on Instagram.
Ollie, that's his real name, or Little Danny.
Yeah.
Like, just on set we hung out,
Mm.
but like Damage and me, we hung out
Yeah.
heaps in Wellington and stuff.
What's the age difference between all 3 of you?
I'm 8 years older than Ollie, and then I think Jake's about 35,
Yeah.
so he's about, what's that, 15 years?
Yeah.
Mm.
13 years, 13.
So
Quick math.
I can't. So
But yeah, I thought you guys did a really good job of
Yeah.
like.
yeah.
But then, oh, you're
You
going
feel like
back
the same.
to that other part of the question. Nah, well, Damage and me, we never talked about how we're going to play the character.
Mm.
That was more just the director knowing what he wanted,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is not
It's
very
just
easy.
Yeah, that's,
to him.
Yeah,
Have a
definitely.
clear vision of
Yeah, super clear vision.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you guys filmed that was eventually cut out?
Yeah,
No?
heaps.
Like for your specific scenes as well.
Yeah,
Oh man. Were there like
Um,
good scenes that you liked or?
yeah. My favourite scene got cut out.
Oh,
and
guarding.
it was when I got pissed on by the guy that calls me a snitch. Yeah. And that was kind
Odd
of
choice for a favourite scene.
yeah, because now I'm one of those people that like a little bit of the banter, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he actually pee on you?
What?
No, of course not. What was
Maybe he did. Maybe
Oh,
method
oh,
acting.
was it sticky? No, was it like apple cider or apple juice or
No,
something?
I actually don't know what it was, but no, it wasn't.
Tastes good.
I'm pretty sure he even had kind of like a fake kind of penis.
Yeah.
Nah, straight up.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
What, like a rubber dick?
Yeah, I'm pretty. No, like in all seriousness,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
that's amazing.
And then
Yo, we needed some extended director's cut
Yeah.
stuff.
The prop
deleted
department-
scenes.
Yeah, deleted
Down.
scenes.
The prop department is pissed.
I mean, maybe.
We made
Actually,
this
I don't even
dick.
know if I can talk about this. All these deleted scenes.
Ooh.
Hey, maybe.
Might get sued.
Maybe when the DVD comes out, there'll be
That's
a
New
little
Zealand, you
behind
can't
the
sue
scenes
people.
bonus.
Yeah, well now they're forced to put this scene in behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
they have to.
That's the title of
The
this
people
episode.
want
But there's
The
also
rubber penis.
there's also a scene of how Danny and Moses get out of the boys' home.
Oh
I
yeah.
would have liked to see
that was
that.
one of his biggest
I was
issues.
like, I love that. I really wanted to see like how they got from there. And
Yeah.
With a spoon.
Could be like a prison escape kind of scene. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Oh.
But then one thing with the film though was and it's one thing that I don't agree with. So and I talked to the director about this, and then we actually changed it. But then in post production, he went back to the original way.
Fucking edit.
So the scene when I take the Satan sword to the Savage's base,
Yeah.
I'm walking down the stairs and I yell out, Moses! Now it's Moses and everyone wakes up so fast and they already have their weapons.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I felt like that was too far fetched. Because I feel like
Yeah, they
most
weren't even
people,
dazed.
if you yell out, Shaden!
Yeah.
You're not going to wake up straight away and be like,
Ready to
baseball
fight.
bat.
Yeah, yeah. Saw him at Sal's Pizza. He's like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even
Like in like 2 minutes.
I was like, who the fuck just said my name?
Yeah, see? Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Am I hallucinating?
and also the scene when after I smoked my joint, I go out and talk with my brother. That was actually my biggest piece of dialogue, and that would have probably been like an extra minute.
True.
And then they cut that out. And then originally in that scene, I'm not telling my brother where they are, but then I let it slip without meaning to like let it slip, because the Savage's base was like an abandoned or behind an abandoned like bed factory
True.
or some type of factory, and then I let that slip, and then so he's like, oh fuck it, we're going, and then the next day I'm sitting on those stairs, and then I walk down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so I was saying to the director, easily during the night I can go back to the Savages, let them know, what to expect, and then that's how we filmed it. So I walked down the stairs, and then because everyone kind of agreed with everyone had their weapons by them and woke up so fast. Surely they know,
Yeah.
and they're prepped,
Yeah.
And so then we filmed this scene where I'm looking down over the Savages at night time, and then but then they cut that, and then we're back to the original way of it just being a surprise and double cross.
I wonder
I
why.
mean, I guess they can never be too far away from their weapons.
Yeah.
Because that's
You-
kind of what
yeah, I
games
guess
are
the
known
other
for, I
reason
think.
is-
Yeah, and already been homeless, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the other reason I can think of would just be more from a character side of things. I feel like it hits harder when you switch when you see them, like in that moment. I don't think I agree with you how the thing where they wake up real quick
Yeah.
is kind of shit, but that part where that's why I think that they probably would have gone with it, just because if you had already gone and seen them, it would have been less powerful when you saw them then.
Yeah, that's
You got me?
true, because it was like he just he just jumped and surprised them,
And then
it made it a whole lot
and that
more
dude,
tense.
that dude wouldn't have had that scene where he didn't believe you and you wouldn't have gone up to his face kind of thing. So I feel like it would have had a bit of a ripple effect if he had already seen you come back the other night. So yeah, but I get your point now. It would have been cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I believe you.
No, it would have been.
Was the water cold when you guys were on each other's shoulders?
Oh,
How was that?
Oh,
Yeah,
How was
wearing
that fun?
jeans in the ocean.
that's right.
That was filmed out at Scorching Bay, and
True.
that was like our first or second day filming, and
Good
then it was still
icebreaker.
winter.
Oh,
Because
fuck.
Yeah.
that's what I hated, and I said to them like, we're starting this at the end of winter, and then the end of the shoot is like the middle of spring.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't we done this at the end? It was just a little bit warmer.
Yeah. What
I
was?
guess it was.
But it was in and out. It was
Yeah.
in and out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it's
as soon as we were out, they had like hot water bottles.
Yeah, it was a big HR
dressing
thing.
gowns, stuff like that.
Was it just one guy in like a camera in a big housing or something underwater?
Nah, he had like a wetsuit, and then they put the camera in like this bag thing.
Nah, yeah.
True.
Just one guy out there with you guys?
Yeah, and the director.
Was
So-
he out there swimming too?
Yeah,
Oh,
and his
Sam
wetsuit.
out there. Did he have like a
Yeah.
monitor or something, or was he just watching you guys act?
Nah,
Yeah,
had
just
his
watching us
trunks.
act. Yeah.
That's sick.
What was your like weekly schedule in terms of shootings? How long did you shoot for in general? It was a couple months, right?
Yeah, a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how often were you like on set? Was it quite often, or was it like once or twice a week?
Nah, most of the stuff was 5. Oh no, actually it ranged.
Mm.
Yeah, there's sometimes 5 days a week.
Yeah.
3 days.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you did more shooting towards the start or the end of the overall project? Your specific scene?
Yeah, the start.
Yeah.
And then as well, they kind of filmed like parts 1 and 3 together. They might have done like the morning part 1,
True.
the
Yeah.
night part 3.
Yeah, because they go
Yeah,
back to
most
that
of
farm
part-
quite. Yeah.
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 But
Which
then most
makes
of part 2 was all together.
True.
Yeah.
I guess that's good for you though, being able to like do all your all your acting at once, and not have to
Yeah.
like go back and forth.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if like you knew the other Danny's schedules. If it was like you filmed like all the teenage scenes, and then the next like once you finished that shoot, they went on to.
Nah, it was all
Jakey's
Wow.
all together.
Yeah, all together.
I would have
Yeah.
thought it would be more practical to do it separately, just so you don't have to keep switching
I
all the
mean,
cast. But hey,
If you're using, the same location,
Yeah,
different
yeah.
times,
Yeah.
like 1 and 3, in the
Definitely.
farmhouse
Oh,
and
like another scene was so when I'm riding the bike in that little playground on that bit of concrete, that same night they were filming the scene when Dice gets killed,
true.
and that was across the road.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The
Yeah.
murder was
So-
happening there, and you
That's
were
cool,
running a
though.
bike out there.
Yeah.
That's a good use for people who might see notice the same location sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Because it's keeping that story in the same spot,
Yeah.
which is good.
So I asked you the question before. What was your favorite part? What was the part that you hated doing the most? If it was anything, but
He hates this interview.
Nah. Like
The press.
this question is, it's the same with the question, or was it hard? Like, nothing
Okay.
I hated.
sure.
In all honesty,
Yeah.
but like,
Frederick can probably name a lot of things.
I've
Yeah.
done some of those
just me, I'm more the type just so proud and happy to be there
Yeah,
and honoured,
definitely.
and
In
100%.
many
Yeah.
ways, perfect for the
So
role.
really sad that you're going to be dragged into Shaden's next project.
What do you mean? Hey, how was it? How was it
I
from
haven't read the new version.
No, I think
No,
he's
no,
talking
Are you just
about...
working
the
with
man who
me?
asked why?
Yeah.
How was your experience with me?
should I do it?
Yeah.
What am I in for?
Hey, he wouldn't be sitting right next to me if it wasn't
Nah,
good.
that was good.
How much did he pay you to sit here?
I haven't paid him anything at all. Ever. That's why he loves me.
No, he's sticking around because one day he hopes he'll be paid.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah. No,
I
he
mean, for a long
is.
while.
He's our acting coach. So good that you guys met each other. There you go.
All right, lucky last question. It's a big one. Was the hair real?
Dun, 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 dun. What do you think?
Surely you grew it
I
out.
thought yours looked real. I think some people were wearing wigs, but I thought yours looked real.
Oh yeah, your brothers looked.
Your teenage Liam, it was the worst.
That was so fake. No, surely yours was real.
No,
Imagine if
I
his
But
was
you've
real.
got curls.
No, but I think,
Oh.
I think it looked real, and definitely watching it, I was like, is it? Because I know that Jakey's was like a fucking clip-on mullet at the back.
Wait, was it a real mullet?
Nah, she's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck you.
Damn it. I wish
Why?
you had a real mullet.
Because I did my research. I just stalked the Instagram page, but like that's the same thing.
All right, but
So
big
anyway,
reveal.
guess-
No, I showed him. What do you think?
Oh no, you told me. You said it was.
Said it was what?
I think
wig.
it's a wig.
Yeah,
Is it a wig?
it is a wig.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
some
so-
good-looking wig.
It was a
Because
real.
Here's the
his
goss.
hair is darker.
Here we go.
So there's a brand of wigs called John Blake's, or I like to call JB.
Sounds fancy.
And then apparently, JB, John Blake's
Mm.
the best of the best. Hair and makeup love to use the term wiggy, and they used to always say that Liam's wig was very wiggy.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
it was definitely a wig,
It was
man.
really obvious.
But he did not have a John Blake.
Oh, that's why.
So they dished out the money for the big boy, yeah.
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 He
And
probably
they were
got like $2
$2
shot.
shot.
But as well, my hair was pretty auburn or like ginger.
Mm.
But
Yeah, it was much lighter. than
well, the makeup artist, he dyed the wig brunette, and then just dyed it at the start, and then it just slowly, as the shoot went along.
Wait, so you had one wig the whole time?
Yeah.
Wow.
How damaged did it get? How often was it washed?
Well, because the first thing we did, the second day.
Oh, the water, yeah.
Or even it was the second day. was at Scorching Bay,
Yeah.
and he was freaking out. He's like, as
Don't
soon as
fuck my wig up.
just try and just don't get your hair wet. Just you know.
You go under at the very end of the scene.
Oh, he would have
It's
been
not
pissed.
okay.
He was on the beach like, oh my wig, mate!
It's a John Blake.
JB.
I really like the beach scenes because like
Yeah.
I did a lot of like I used to live out in Miramar and I'd always drive around Scorching Bays, and the moment I saw it I was like, I know where that is.
Yeah.
I was really excited to
I mean,
like,
that's-
see places.
That's definitely a big Kiwi thing as well. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't have a Kiwi film about a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, the scene when I was talking to my brother, I was sitting on the log.
Mm.
That was just at like Breaker Bay, or just behind Seatoon.
Yeah. You filmed a lot of it in Wellington, right?
Yeah, the whole region.
Oh, almost all of
So
it.
like
All of it.
Satan's Horde, they hang out. That was in like Kaitoki.
Mm. Oh,
and then,
true.
The Savages base was in Thorndon.
Yeah, not too far from you then. What?
No.
Okay, I actually had a thing with Jacob. Did you film?
Oh.
Did you film any of the scenes out in Macra? The driving scenes? So it looks a lot like Macra.
Yeah, when I'm driving the car,
Yeah,
yeah, that was out there,
sure.
but not out there. Like I'd never been to Macra before that, and then I always thought to get to Macra, you go through Karori.
Yeah,
But then
Johnsonville.
we filmed out Jayville way,
Sure.
but it was more kind of like farmland.
Yeah.
But as
yeah.
you're like, there's all the signs saying, like, you know, Macra.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
way
yeah.
to Macra.
Yeah.
And we went that way.
I scared the fuck out of
But then,
Jacob on one of those corners.
Fast and Furious, eh?
Yeah, definitely, mate.
F9.
You know me.
Fast and Furious Macra Drift.
I just wanted to ask, like, do you have anything coming up in the future? Something you can tell us about?
Don't promote
Any
Shameless.
Don't.
projects?
Yo, how do you see your future coming up? Like, where to from here?
That's a good
Working on
question.
young, talented directors' films.
This whole journey and process, I've been a go-getter, and then I've been chasing everything, and you know, not pushing people's buttons, but you know, sending emails and being active and stuff, and then I'm gonna continue to do that. But like when the Don Post interviewed me the other day, they're like, "Oh, what's next? What's your next film?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing Star Wars of Taika." Like, "Oh, are you really?" And I was like, "Nah, that's just what I want to do." And then
Yeah,
So-
me for a second. I was like, whoa.
yeah,
You
but,
messaged Taika 2
yeah,
years ago, right?
yeah, messaged him even before I auditioned.
Yeah.
And told him I'm about to audition for this film and get the main role.
What'd you call yourself? Sorry.
Next big thing. But I said that to the
That's
producer.
what the podcast episode's called. The next big thing.
And then it's all panned out. Yeah.
Mm.
But just signed with my agent, and then it's just, I guess, waiting for them, or even for me to hit them up and be like, when can I audition for this and for that, and
You'll be verified on Instagram in no time.
that's it. But I'm really keen on like Hollywood level films.
Yeah.
But then I'm more keen to do all the ones that come here,
Yeah.
because they're building movie studios in Upper Hutt.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I'd love just to film movies there,
Yeah.
day in and day out.
100%.
And as well, I've heard that the government's investing 50 mil
Yeah.
and I think 10 mil increments
Wow.
to like 5 different production companies.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Make
So
Kiwi films.
150k looks
But
like
then when I was
nothing.
in Korea as well, we went and had dinner with the New Zealand ambassador over there, and then there was a few people from the film industry. Sat next to the guy who did the translating for Parasite.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
love that movie.
But they are talking about they want to start a like film union or film thing between us and Korea. Yeah.
I
That
would
would
die
that
to
would
be a part of that.
Holy shit.
If you had a big career in acting or a big career with boxing, which one would you do?
Great question. In terms of the smart option, I'd say acting, because acting's already there.
Mm-hmm.
But then in terms of passion, sports has always been my thing I've loved most. So both.
Rocky. He wants to be in Rocky
That's
5.
like
Like-
before I did film, I did football, but then I fucked my leg and I was like,
Um,
film.
I was on a radio station last week, and they asked me boxing or acting, and then I said, which is a good point. Like your window with boxing is a lot smaller,
Mm.
Yeah.
which with it is all sports, you know.
Mm.
Your prime is pretty much done by the time you're 35.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
broken,
Mm.
need a new hip, new knees.
Yeah.
But then with acting, you know, you look at guys like Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro, Betty White, and
Well, it
stuff.
depends if you start
Betty
doing your
White.
own stunts.
Yeah,
You may need a new hip.
good point.
Yeah.
So
Don't let Rodney
yeah,
get
I could quit acting, or put it on hold, and come back to it
Yeah.
after boxing.
True.
But then acting's there for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Boxing-
momentum's with you as well.
Boxing
Go
is
for it, man.
still a massive grind.
Mm.
Well, we'll just write you a
Yeah.
boxing film. We'll give you a bit of
Yeah, I
both.
mean, combine it.
That's
Be
it.
like the villain in Creed 3 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
I love him.
coming for
He's
you.
so good. Yeah,
That was epic.
Yeah. And with that, we're going to wrap it up for this special bonus episode of the Filmocity podcast. I want to thank James so much for coming in and talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Really cool, brother. Yeah, so that's a bye from me.
If you have any films that you'd
Wait,
like us...
Wait,
Four Lions. That's my favorite film.
Yo, good film.
That's
Eat
next week.
Ooh.
Oh, you seen it?
I haven't.
your SIM card.
I was
brother.
originally
Eat your
telling. Okay, I was
can't track
originally
him.
telling.
My
him
hands are
pause
big.
because his brother was
It's not my
screaming.
gun.
If you have any films that you'd like us to watch, be it new, be it old, flick us a DM on Instagram. We're always checking them. And
Savage 2.
yo,
No, I'm joking. It's not out. It's never coming out.
2025.
He's a one-man band.
You can listen to us anywhere you find podcasts, be that Spotify, YouTube, or Apple Podcasts. You can also follow us on Instagram at the Filmocity Podcast and on Twitter at FilmocityPod.
And finally, we upload every Thursday at 7 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time, so make sure you follow us on all those accounts to stay up to date. And from all of us at the Filmocity Podcast,
Bye!
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye!
Bye.
See you later. Ciao.
Hey, no.
Clint Eastwood would have been a better Joker than Heath Ledger.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck up.